What about Robert? Robert! Hey, Robert, let's get out of here quickly. I gotta get out of here. I shot this gun, and the police might be here any minute. Robert, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Robert. Hey, come on, let's go. Franklin, I have to go. I have to go someplace. I'll be right back. Just wait for me right here. I'll be right back. What do you mean you gotta go someplace? The cops are coming. I gotta get out of here right now. What? But I have to go someplace. Something I gotta do. Something I gotta do. It's not so important. Just wait. I'll be right back. Look, Robert, come on. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Cops are coming. He's like, I gotta stay with him. I gotta stay with Father. I gotta stay with Father. You gonna leave Father here? No, I can't. I can't leave Father here. I don't know what to do. Cops are coming, but Franklin, relax. Maybe they won't come. I don't know, but see, I'm looking around. Nobody's reacting at all. Nobody's reacting. He's reacting. Maybe they won't come. I'm all mixed up here. What's gonna happen? Oy, oy, oy. So this is the impasse of the dream. All right? This is the impasse. Now, in dream work, again, if this is going to be more than just talking literature, and if it's going to be a story, then it needs to be, I need to somehow deal with my own existence here, my center. So we do what's called the rhythm of contact and withdrawal. I close my eyes, go inside, and I look for a new idea. And according to the theory, if I do get a new idea, that somehow that new idea might provide the overall encompassing idea of the story, the existential message of the dream, the ruling monad here, the big gestalt, the Platonic idea that somehow or other will collect. See, if we look at the theory now, let's just go back to the theory for a second. Collection, unloading my library. So each of these elements in the dream work so far is another box of books, you might say, a memory box that I've unloaded. There's my Henry Wepner memory box that I began to unload, and there's my Robert Wepner memory box. There's myself as loaded with potential box, and there's my passive just pocket box, just carrying around stuff. Each of these is a box in my library that I've unloaded. And now I'm looking to see if there's some kind of an overall message that I'm getting from my this whole process. Is that what's the overall idea of the story, the action, if it's a dramatic action, what's the overall final cause, super objectives. That's what you would call it if we're thinking in terms of Stanislavski, Aristotle. The super objective here. So let's just close my eyes and go inside and see if I get anything at all. Keeping in touch. Feeling relaxed in my body. Association a little bit. If I ask myself, what is the crisis, the danger that's approaching? Danger that's approaching. Well, in my life, I guess if I think of my age right now, somehow I'm very aware of that, then what's approaching when you're 70 years old could be death, could be the end of the story. So here I have association. Here, if I'm on the one hand, I'm this loaded gun full of potential to do things. On the other hand, the possible disease, death, all the things that come along with old age. Disease, the death, all things that come along with old age. I go to a nursing home, I visit my brother a couple times a week, and all these poor people. Each of these wrecks of a human being was a short time ago, or maybe a little longer ago, was a completely functioning person. And now the person can't talk, or the person can't eat, or the person can't sit, or the person can't walk, or the person can't this or that. And so many are helpless and need to be fed. And that could happen any day. I feel healthy, but it could happen. Well, I got a hernia rupture pushing Robert around in the wheelchair. So I got having an operation this week, as a matter of fact, having a hernia operation. Just a little thing I get been told, but still, just memento mori. Anything could happen when you get to be 70 years old. So in a sense, that's something to worry about. And I'm walking around the world, and I have this sense of something ominous, that something dreadful could happen, but yet I look around and nobody is aware of that. Everyone treats me just like they did 10 years ago, except a little older. But I mean, nobody's sensing like I just shot off a gun and something could happen. People don't know about that. That's my anxiety. That's my problem. But it's very real for me. I really feel like the cops could come, the axe could fall, something terrible could happen, but yeah, that's a nice metaphor. So, if we look at the whole dream work now from the point of view of that, so it's a story about a growing sense of mortality. Growing sense of mortality. Growing sense that here's this enormous amount of potential. It's a song that Naomi Shemer wrote. Od lo ahavti dai. Ya da 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 ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Let's see if I remember the words. Well, I don't want to quote her song, the whole words, but something about I didn't yet learn how to draw a flower. I didn't love enough. I have not yet loved enough. Now there's an important idea. 70 years old, I haven't really had a very successful love relationship to one person. A lot of nice things that began and lasted a while, but there hasn't been one. There's still a sense of more loving that could be done. Still searching for that. And the cops are coming. Body drying up. Getting older physically. So there's a kind of a time bomb. The dream still is unfulfilled, and yet the body is changing. And nobody pays attention to that. Nobody knows. Again, that's a nice metaphor to the dream. Parallel to this, correspondence. So here you listen to this. Platonic theory here, Plato's theory. So the dream is, if we look at the dream now, the dream is a microcosmic event. It's a bunch of images in this world. At the same time, working on the dream could lead to, and maybe is beginning to lead to, some macrocosmic, bigger ideas. The idea of mortality, Platonic ideas on a macrocosm, a higher level. And there are correspondences, for example, between that dream idea of the cops coming, something ominous developing, and mortality. So the macrocosm, the Platonic idea is death, and the microcosmic metaphor for that is the idea of the cops are coming. That's a good example of the theory. And love, searching for love. Now, searching for love and ideal fulfillment, love, beauty. That's again those are macrocosmic ideas, big, high-level ideas, universal ideas. But the metaphor in this dream, the microcosmic level metaphor, again is this sense of the cops are coming, something could happen, and other people not being aware of it. I mean, I walk around the world, people don't know that I'm longing for this and longing for that. What they know is that I got to pay them 5 shekels if I want to get on the bus, for example. The driver knows that, but he doesn't know about my unrequited my longings, my life, and my fears. So again, that's this idea of correspondences. And there's somehow this unbridgeable gap between these Platonic ideas. We need to do something like dream work like this to find these correspondences, because there's no clear rational level connection between them. The microcosmic idea, the fact that I walk on a bus and see the driver and he wants money. There's no rational connection between me and the driver, and my need for love or my fear of death. There's a gap there, and people can pray to bridge that gap. Nachman of Breslov would say, pray to bridge the gap. But storytelling, in the sense that Walter Benjamin talks about it, is another way. Here I'm telling a story about my life. I'm using a metaphor of a dream. At the same time, in my dream work, I'm also alluding to the deeper ideas, deeper correspondences of my story. So if I really tell you the story of my life through this dream work and the dream, then I'm not just talking literature. I'm not just giving some kind of a soap opera story. I'm not just giving you some kind of cheap novel, some kind of Harlequin romance novel or something that I made up last night while I was smoking a cigarette and having a cup of coffee. No, this is